You've got to watch the counter go. Right, okay, so Sam's managed to press the video record. We just did an entire video, which went really, really well. At the end, we found out that Sam hadn't pressed record. So, let's do it again. Welcome to Sam's channel. We've been messing around with paper airplanes, following tutorials, doing all sorts of stuff, decorating them, making them look as cool as possible, practice throwing them around the house, and then we've got the idea where we want to do some freestyle ones. Awesome, straight in the cat bowl. So what we're going to do now, what we've noticed is most of these, if you look down here, Sammy, most of the videos we have watched, and most of the planes from my childhood, have all had the first 3, maybe 4 folds exactly the same. So what I like to do, I like to sometimes on those first initial folds, just double over and use your fingernails just to get it nice and tight in there. Right, now, I'm going to come right up to this corner. Don't fold it until you're right in place and you know where you want to be. That's nice. Little fingernail across it, make sure it's going to stay folded. Right, I'm not going to double fold that one, but I'm going to mirror it. And as we said in the last video, nearly every aeroplane we've ever made or watched being made has been symmetrical. So if you miss a step in the video, it's generally the opposite of the one you've just done. If that makes sense. Right, now I've got these triangle shapes here. I need to fold this back, and I want to fold it back on that point there. I'm not sure if the camera can see that properly. So I'm going to put my finger there. And that's it. I can see the points appeared there. Now if I line that edge up, that edge will be perfect. I'm just going to check with Sam that it's still recording. Is it still recording, Sam?
Yes, it is.
It is. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, right, so we're there. Now this is the bit that got me confused last time. Right, so if you grab these areas, you pinch them a little bit, bring them down to the middle, and then you can let that bit, find its centre line. And there's no folding because those lines already exist. So I'm literally just sort of reinforcing the lines. Right, now this is pretty much as far as you go. Everything beyond here I'm going to make up. This is all going to be freestyle now. So that's pretty much standard for a lot of basis of many models. So I'm going to change this around a little bit. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to leave a bit of a gap. Because even though I'm following this line, as you build up the layers, you need a gap for a bit of movement. Otherwise, it's just going to try and unfold itself all the time. Right, bit of a gap. Right, so we are now at this stage. Now, what I like to do, what I've learned from some of these videos I've been watching, is instead of using sellotape, you can actually lock your plane together in different ways. So I'm going to fold these up like that. I'm going to turn it around, and I'm actually going to fold them back under themselves and encompass all that paper that we've got folded up using just that one little flap. And again, keep it symmetrical, do the same the other side. Fingernails, make it nice and tight. So now it's not going to unfold. You've locked it. Just double check all your creases, make sure everything's nice. Now, you've got the centre line, fold it straight back on that. That's where I'm going to go this time. I think I went the opposite way last time I did one of these. And what I like to do, this is going to be the edge of my wing, so I want the full edge, and I want to create a shape. I don't want to come too far in. If you come too far in, there's less fuselage or less body of the actual plane itself, and it's not going to be very stable. So I'm going to come into about here. I'm just making this up as I go along. I'm going to draw a little dotted line along there. I'm going to cut up the dotted line. But instead of following it all the way, I'm going to just kick out at the end because I like freestyle. Okay, Now, we're going to do this. So if you can imagine that point there, following this line parallel like that, I'm going to put some aerofoils or fins or whatever you want to call them.
Last video we called them mini wings.
Yeah, mini wings, that's a good one actually. There we go. So they're both even because I followed the same point. You can then unfold those again. Now what we're going to do here is a little trick. So I'm going to put the ruler where I want my next fold to be, because here along this front section there's lots of layers. I can feel how thick it is. So I'm going to get the tip of my scissors, rounded scissors, and just score a line. Not cutting, just scoring is going to make that fold so much easier. And it's going to want to follow that score line like that. Okay, so we've got this one wing done off the fuselage. I'm just going to follow that line, make sure it's pretty much the same all the way along. If it's not, you need to give it a little twist just to get it to kick up. That's it. And look at that, absolutely spot on. I'm happy with that. Right, okay, now, as I tried to say in the video that Sam didn't bother recording, what I used to do when I was at school, I was a little boy at school, we used to cut, as you can see this under here, cut a little triangle out of there like that, a little gap, and then let's take that away. Open up slightly, poke that bit through, pinch it back up, and fold it. So it's back on itself. Now you've got a little tail which gives you extra stability. It's actually pretty handy. So that there is a freestyle aeroplane that's hopefully been recorded this time. What you can always do as well is, if you want to just pinch that up, pop a little bit of tape along there, that'll keep it keep it in shape. That'll just keep it firmer, more sturdy. We're not going to test fly it because if it's rubbish, the whole video is rubbish. We'll let you know how the test flight goes in the comments. Thanks, guys.